Hello, I'm Amy and this is A Star Reads, and this is day 9 of the 12 Days of Christmas Carol Advent Calendar Challenge. I'm gonna link the playlist up here so you can see what this is all about. And I was very excited about day 9 because I got the girl with the louding voice and I was excited about having something different to read. So hopefully you enjoy this video and let's get started. Okay, so I want to give you a little bit of an update of The Girl with the Louding Voice because I've read the first 20 pages, so I'm not very far along in it yet. I have a basic idea of where this is going at the moment. And the dedication in this was a really nice dedication. It says, "To my mother, Professor Teju Somorin, not just because you're smart and beautiful and became the first female professor of taxation in Nigeria in 2019, but also because you made me see the importance of education and sacrificed so much for me to get the best of it." I think that's an important dedication for what I see the goal of this book being, and that is showing how important education is, especially for young girls and people within these poor communities of Nigeria. So we've got our character, Aduni. She's 14, she's lost her mother like a year prior, and her mother was the breadwinner. Her brother was the one that kept everything together within her household, and her father is basically just started drinking ever since her mother died. And so she's pretty much taking care of her younger brother and keeping the house running, even though everything has really fallen apart since her mom died. And they have very little money, they're incredibly poor. And to solve this problem, her father, who promised her mother on her deathbed that Aduni would get to finish out her schooling and would not have to marry anybody just to be married. She would be allowed to continue on with her schooling because it was very important to her mother. Her father makes a deal with this older taxi driver who already has 2 other wives, but he wants to marry Aduni. And she's now going to go become his wife because the exchange of this is that her father will get a whole bunch of money from this older taxi driver. So Aduni's devastated because all she really cares about is learning. She wants to be a teacher. She wants to learn and be able to be a teacher someday. In fact, she teaches a lot of the little kids within the village ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. And I also think this is interesting because it is written with an affectation, with a dialect that is very unique to, I'm guessing, the village that they live in, the level of education that they have, and this whole book is written that way. So you're reading from Aduni and you're hearing the things she's saying, but in this dialect. So like everything you're reading from her perspective is in the way she thinks, in the way she talks. And I think that that's unique because a lot of times you'll get the dialogue and that'll be in the dialect that you're reading in, but you won't usually get the story itself, the viewpoint written that way. That really does set a tone and put you in this environment, put you in this situation, put you in the mind of these characters. And at first I was wondering, like, is this writing style going to be difficult to hold on to? Will it take me a long time to read it? But I feel like I'm really getting into it. I feel like I'm going to enjoy this book and enjoy hearing Aduni's story. I feel for her that she is so upset at what's going to happen, this marriage that she does not want to be a part of, and yet everybody around her, including her best friend, are excited for it. They think, well, your life is going to get better. Nothing more wonderful could be happening for you. And she's just devastated because she knows that this means her chances of learning, her chances of becoming the teacher that she wants to become are slim to none. So I am looking forward to seeing what happens. She is the girl with the louding voice, so what is she going to do to change her situation? Okay, friends, it is finally time. I'm going to venture out into the world beyond. I am well past the time when my doctor said I'd still be contagious. I am just having congestion and stuff like that. I'm going to wear a face mask the whole time, but we do have some things we want to do, some running around we want to get done. I just need to get out of the house. I've definitely been stuck in the house for like 10 days. I mean, I know we did go and look at Christmas lights that one day, but for the most part, I've been stuck in this house for too many days. So one of the things I want to do is go to the little free library where I picked this book up, because this is a duplicate. I actually ended up with 2 of these books, one that I bought from Target and one that I got for the little free library. And even though Jordan got the other local woman missing, we can easily share that book. And I don't necessarily know that this is one that as a family, we need to have 2 copies of. So I'm going to go back and see if there's anything amazing there that I want to switch this out for. We also need to go to Village Books because there is a Christmas present waiting there for me. So I want to go pick that up. And then I want to hit Costco because we need to get the basics like toilet paper and all the stuff that we haven't really been going out to get because I've been sick. The holidays have been happening. Let's see how exhausted I get because I feel like I've been getting worn out pretty quickly. Even when I go out and take Cece for walks out in the backyard, I'm like, whew, getting worn out. Okay, so we braved Village Books. Everybody was so excited to see Cece because you can bring your dog into this bookstore. And then I actually ran into one of the teachers from my school, and he said he's been sick too since the holiday break. So I guess that's just a natural thing for teachers to just get sick every time there's a holiday. Fun. I know. So I was picking up a book, and it says, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from your Aussie bookish bestie. This is from Paige to Page. So she went ahead and ordered me a book from my local bookstore because it's a lot easier than dealing with Amazon long distance, especially coming from Australia. So she asked me what I wanted, and I really would like to read The Extraordinaries. This was the first book I read the 10% of for my book Love is Blind. Yeah, and I was loving it, and I really do want to read the whole series at some point. And so I was really excited to be able to get this book. So thank you, Paige. I am so excited. I love it, and I can't wait to read this.
Me neither.
I thought you read it.
I think I have.
And then I saw something that I absolutely fell in love with, and my beloved mother decided to treat me to it. And that is a nudibranch stuffy. I am obsessed with nudibranchs. They're my favorite sea creature. These are sea slugs, by the way, nudibranchs. And I'm excited about this because it'll probably be like my class pet because we can't have actual pets, but nudibranchs. And this is cute. It says, kind of cute, kind of ugly, sort of weird, but oh so snuggly, sea slug. These marine gastropods come in a large variety of sizes, shapes, and colors. Their coloring indicates to predators the slug may taste bad or be toxic. That's because they often ingest things that are poisonous so that they can actually have that poison on themselves.
Oh, so they're poisonous to other critters?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Look how cute he is. Okay, let's see if there's anything in here. Oh, there's upgrade. Ooh. Okay, putting this one back. I already have this. I already have that. But I don't have the Once and Future Witches. I have The City We Became. What else do I have in here? One of my favorite books. Everything else is looking a little funky. Okay, I think this is it. I think that's it. Okay, so we wanted to come take Cece and ourselves for a walk, although we did get a lot of walking in, both at the bookstore and at Costco. And then we went and picked up the book, and everything went well. I'm a bit tired. It's sad that just a day of running a few errands wears me out already. But it's nice to be out here. It's very calm and beautiful, and just enjoying the water. We haven't come down to the beach in a while, and we live close to the beach. We don't come down very often, so it's really nice to just relax a little bit. Okay, it's late, well past my bedtime, but I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I'm currently on page 76. We're getting this story of Aduni and what her life is like now that she has been basically sold off to this man who's like 50 or 60 and she's 14, because in this village, marrying age is 14 years old. She comes to his home and he already has 2 wives. His first wife, his main wife, wasn't ever able to give him any sons. And then that's why he married the second wife, and so far that hasn't been successful for getting sons. So his main goal is to have sons. So he just keeps marrying these young women, expecting them to give him boys. And Aduni is frightened, and it's horrifying. It's a terrible, terrible experience for her. The whole concept of the louding voice is that when she was a child, her mother had told her, I want you to get an education. I don't want you just to be married off to somebody. I want you to have the opportunities that an education will give you, because schooling speaks louder than anything you could actually say. And Aduni wants to be a girl with a louding voice. She wants to speak very loudly through her education, through what she can bring to the community and what she can offer. And now we're at the point where we're kind of just seeing where she's going to go from here. She didn't have a choice when she had to marry this man, but where can she take that? What kind of opportunities could she have? And I will be interested to see where she goes with this. I'm really liking the writing style of this a lot. I think it's very unique. And yet it's really well done. I feel like it is beautifully written. And the character development is not super in-depth, but I feel like it feels very genuine and honest. So I am enjoying that a lot. I'm also enjoying learning more about the culture of these people within this Nigerian community, what makes them unique, what makes them tick, what kind of beliefs they have, what is true for how they live their lives. And so that is always a very interesting perspective and something that I don't read from very often. So I am enjoying that a lot. So I'm going to take myself to bed and maybe read a little bit more before I fall asleep, but I think I'm pretty much done for the night. And hopefully I'll make some more progress tomorrow because I'm getting close to the end of the month. Okay, so it is the evening of the 27th of December, and I really haven't done anything to give an update or b-roll. I did take Cece to the vet today because she had to have a checkup, and kind of been watching some TV. I did a little bit of reading today. What page am I on? 104, so not nearly as far as I need to be, but I did make progress, and I'm going to start reading after I finish this update. That's what I was doing. I was editing my day 4 vlog and getting that all completely done so it'll go up tomorrow. So that's my big exciting thing of the day. I really haven't done too much today. Still really congested. Still can't smell or taste anything. And I read that it's a good possibility I won't be able to for the next 2 weeks. So I'm just like, no! I can't smell anything, not a thing. I've even put like really strong scents up to my nose and I can't smell anything. I can taste like, oh, this is sweet. Oh, this is salty, but there's no discernible taste. And that's kind of where things are with being ill though. I'm much, much better, just still holding on to this head cold part of it. So that's fun. And I think that's it. We didn't work on the puzzle still. We still have 4 days left for that. We didn't do anything really Christmassy today. Did we? Or holiday-y? I don't think so. But that's okay. My friend Danielle from Bookara actually tagged me in the Booktube Christmas Songs tag. This was originally created by Haley in Bookland, and I will link everything you need to know for her channel as well as Danielle's down in the description box below and all the information for the tag. I figured I can add a little Christmas fun today by doing this tag. Danielle was saying she'd love for me to do this tag because I love to sing, and so then I could sing the first lines of these songs. I can try. Like I said, still very congested, so we'll see how it goes. Singing has not been my specialty lately. Okay, so I'm kind of winging this. Let's hope I'm able to answer these questions. It may take me a little time and I'll have to do a little bit of research in between, but fingers crossed that I can figure out how to answer these. For the first prompt, the song is You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You have termites in your something. Yeah, the prompt is to name a villainous character that you couldn't help but love. I know I had one recently from a book, I think. Let me check and get back to you. Okay, I'm gonna go for a tricky one. And if you know, you know why it's tricky. I'm gonna say the most villainous character that I couldn't help but love was Malta from the Lifeship Traders. I'm not gonna say any more than that. I think she's one of the most interesting characters in that series, and also one of the most dynamic. In the Lifeship Traders, the most anger I had was directed at Malta at times. I mean, of course, there are other characters that are even more unlikable and despicable, but she's the one that really did make me the most angry at times. And yet, I sort of love her. And
question number 2. All I want for Christmas is you. No.
Question number 2. This is gonna be bad. All I want for Christmas is you. Okay, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. The first try was really bad. Which book do you most hope to see under your Christmas tree? Well, I got a lot of books this year, so because I don't know if I need any extra books. I really do want Heartstopper Volume 5. So let's just say that that's going to be the book that I want, because I can't wait to get to that book. I want to make sure my series is complete. I have loved every book in this series so far. Oh, no, it's not out. Okay, so next year, because I'm doing this after Christmas, I heard that Deborah Harkness is coming out with the next I don't know if it's in the All Souls series or if it's the next book that's part of that greater world. Deborah Harkness is coming out with a new book, is what I've heard. I want that under my Christmas tree. At any point throughout the year that I decide to have a Christmas tree and it comes out, that has to happen, because I'm so excited that another book is coming out. At least that's what I've heard. The rumors are there. Okay, I actually went and did the research. The book is called The Blackbird Oracle, and it's coming in July next year, 2024. It's the next book, the 5th novel in the All Souls series, and Christmas in July is a thing, right? So under my Christmas tree in July, I would like The Blackbird Oracle by Deborah Harkness. I am so unbelievably excited about this. I need to make sure I pre-order that. Question number 3, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's an easy one. Name a character that overcomes major obstacles and learns to believe in themselves. This should be easy, because I do like to read a lot of books like this. So let me think about this and I'll get to you. For this one, I'm going to go with Yadriel from Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. I loved Yadriel. I thought he was a very dynamic character, and he had to overcome a lot. I feel like if he had made the choice to just step away from his family and say, you know what, if they're not going to accept me, that's their problem and I'm not going to deal with it. But it was very important to him that he feel like he belonged within his family. So he had to overcome a lot of the obstacles that were imposed by his family members and prove, not necessarily just to his family, because he does need to prove that in a sense so that they can understand that he is a brujo, but it's more that he has to prove to himself that he shouldn't have to prove it to anybody. And accept that. And I think that he comes a long way through his journey in understanding who he is from a broader perspective, not just who he is from a gender perspective, but where his strengths are and where his importance lies, and how he should just be unapologetically himself and be brave enough to do that. And I think that he was an incredible character. I just really loved this book so much. I loved Cemetery Boys. And so I think that Yadriel was a very dynamic character who overcame a lot and still ended up learning so much about himself throughout the book. Number 4, Santa Claus is coming to town. That's the song. And the prompts for this, there are 2 of them. Which character do you think would be on the top of the naughty list, and which character do you think would be on the top of the nice list? So for the naughty list, I'm gonna have to go with Nashira Sargas from the Bone Season series, because I spent a lot of time reading this series this year, and she is despicable. She is absolutely despicable. There are other characters in this that are very, very despicable as well. Nashira is causing problems worldwide, and they're horrific, and I just think she's horrible. She's horrible. She's absolutely on the naughty list. She's caused a lot of problems, and she needs to go down. And then at the top of my nice list, I definitely could have added some characters from Legends and Lattes on here, but to me, the person who encompasses this list the best is Ibrahim from Jamila Green Ruins Everything. This is by Zarqa Nawaz, and I really enjoyed this book a lot. I had so much fun reading this. Ibrahim is the most wonderful, sweet, gentle character. I fell in love with him, and I think he is just the kindest, nicest character that I ever did meet. He's just amazing. So he's definitely on the top of my nice list. Prompt number 5, the song is Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul. That was a little out of the good range for me. So, which book just melts your heart? And for this one, I'm gonna have to go with Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I loved this first book. The second book I really did like, Bone Shops and Book Dust. Bookshops and Bone Dust. I didn't love it nearly as much as Legends and Lattes. It has amazing, amazing characters. It is super cozy. It is a wonderful vibe, and the setting is incredible. Like, everything about Legends and Lattes warmed my heart. It was just super sweet and lovely. I enjoyed it a lot. Feliz Navidad is number 6, and that is to choose a book that takes place outside of your country, so in a country different than your own. And for this one, I'm going to go with one I just recently read for my vlogs. In fact, I'm going to go with The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Shafak. I really enjoyed this one a lot, and the reason why I want to pick it for this particular prompt is because I learned all about Cyprus, and I knew nothing about Cyprus. So I think it was significant for the fact that it taught me so much about a place outside of my country. Really, really enjoyed that. Loved learning something new about this island that I've heard of, but really didn't know much about.
For number 7, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
For number 7, it's the most wonderful time of the year. And for this one, it's which holiday-themed book do you use to spread the Christmas joy? And actually, the one I'm going to go with here is a book that I read last year for my Advent Calendar Challenge, and it's maybe not necessarily my favorite holiday-themed book of all time, but what I love about The Yule Lads by Brian Pilkington, this is a celebration for Iceland's Christmas folklore, is that one of the things I love about the holidays is learning about different traditions, learning about how Christmas or other holidays, different types of holidays in general, are celebrated around the world, and what kind of traditions those places bring to these holidays. And I love that. I love learning new things, especially when it comes to historical aspects of holidays. And so I really enjoyed the Yule Lads last year because I learned about this really important part of Iceland's folklore that I never heard anything about before. And it was fascinating. It really was. It was really fun to learn about the Yule Lads and how vicious they really are. Number 8 is Sleigh Ride. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring ting tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Okay, which fictional character would you choose to spend the holidays with? It doesn't have to be a love interest. Okay, so this is obviously not necessarily a love interest, although I love this character, so I love them in any way I can get them. And that is the Fool. The Fool from the Realm of the Elderlings series. I just love the Fool. And I would love to spend time during the holidays with the Fool, especially because they're really good with their hands. And I mean that in the sense that they make toys and they make incredible, artistic, beautiful creations. I would love to be able to see what they come up with. We could craft together. We could just have such a great time. And if the Fool fell in love with me, I would love it too. I know they probably won't, but I wouldn't mind it. Baby, it's cold outside. Number 9 is which book that you didn't like would you sacrifice to a fire to warm yourself up in the cold? Well, I don't know that any of my books necessarily deserve that. However, there is a particular book that you'll have already seen the vlog for that I really did not like, and that is Christmas Every Day by Beth Morin. And I think that this one would have to go in the fire because I just didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. And the more I think about it, the more I think about other books that I also didn't like, it was down there. So it's gonna have to keep me warm because I'm really cold. I'm really cold, and that book left me cold. It just It wasn't for me. Number 10 is Do You Hear What I Hear? Okay, Do You Hear What I Hear? This one is, what book would you recommend to everyone? What book do you think everyone should read? And there's certainly nonfiction that I believe everyone should read, or I think everyone would benefit from reading. However, if I'm going to go with a fiction book that I think could be fairly universal, and I think a lot of people could really love, and one that I actually do recommend to a lot of people, I have recommended this one to a lot of people, that is going to be The Reading List by Sarah or Sarah. It's Sarah on the audiobook, but it could be Sarah Nisha Adams. And I loved this one, and everybody I've recommended it to has really enjoyed it or loved it as well. And I just think it is one of those books where if you love reading, you're probably going to love this one. It has a lot of heart. It's all about reading and the love of reading and how that can really solidify relationships, help you through really deep, dark times. And I think the characters are dynamic in this. I just loved everything about this. So I think that this is a pretty universal book that most people, a lot of people, if they read it, they will enjoy it. So that's it. Those are all 10 questions. I'm not necessarily going to tag anybody in this, but if you want to do this, I highly recommend it. It's a fun one. It has Christmas lyrics. Maybe save it for next year because the holidays are almost over. I am so excited that I got a chance to do this. I know it's not before Christmas, but it still is within the Christmas period, in my opinion. So I am very happy to have done this. And there, I added a little bit of Christmas to my day, even though we didn't really do anything Christmassy. Good morning. It's December 29th. I can't believe how quickly these last couple, it feels like they've taken forever because of being sick, but also it feels like we are almost at the new year, and that is wild. And I don't know that I'm ready. I didn't feel like I got a break. That's all right. It's going to be great. So a couple of things. One, this morning, I opened up my email, and I am officially a teacher. My e-certification for my teaching credentials has come in, which is earlier than I thought it would. I thought it would be in a couple of weeks because they said, oh, it might take 2 to 3 weeks or something like that. And I have it now. So I need to make sure I'm like applying to things, like getting that stuff going. I haven't even been thinking about it lately. So that's something that's going to have to happen soon. And the other thing is like, I keep getting these notifications for substitute jobs at like midnight or 1 a.m. in the morning, so I get them the next morning. And of course, they're all gone because I don't get them because my phone is on silent during that time. So it's like, anyways, that's neither here nor there. Just seems like everybody's really hungry for work right now, and I understand that. So as far as my reading goes, I did stay up a little late last night reading, and I was really getting into the reading groove. I was enjoying this. I was laying in my bed, comfortable, and then just kept reading. And I was like, come on, Amy, you need to sleep. But then I just kept reading and reading. So I am currently on page 168. And so much has been happening to our poor Dooney. She's just going through a lot. And in these types of books where it's like a coming of age / you're learning about the injustices and things that happen to women, especially when they want certain things. They want certain things out of their life. And then they live within this patriarchal community that keeps them from the things they want. And unfortunately, because they have this drive, this fire, this passion for the things that they care about, it tends to throw them into situations where they get into a lot of trouble. And so she is dealing with many different things that have come about. And you just keep moving from one situation to the next, but it just feels like it can't get any better. And I know that it will. I know that that's the intention of the story, is to show this girl finding her louding voice and learning to advocate for herself. At least that's what I imagine is going to happen. But gosh, it's so difficult to see all the things that she has to go through in the meantime. And so I am really enjoying this. It's just difficult. It's difficult to read these really sad stories about a girl who's 14. She's 14. She's a child. Even though within this community, 14 is a marriageable age, this is still an age where you want your mom to take care of things for you. You want to play with your friends. You just want to have a good time. And this girl is very immature in how old she is, like her fear and her sense of understanding of the world around her and how she deals with situations. She doesn't deal with situations the way an adult might, where we sit and think about what's the best way to go about something. She reacts in a lot of ways, but that is understandable because she's 14, she's a child. And so it's really hard to read these situations where she has zero support and she's just going from one frightening situation to the next and making these choices that she doesn't know if they're going to be the worst choice ever for her, and she doesn't know if she's going to survive these choices. And that's so scary when you just want to see this child being taken care of and being loved, and to have the opportunities that, you know, a lot of people have and take advantage of. This girl wants these basic opportunities. She wants to learn. She wants to be free to learn. She wants to not have a child at the age of 14. It really reminds you how privileged a lot of people are in the opportunities that we have, the freedoms that we have that other people don't have. And so I really enjoy books like this because it reminds me to think outside myself and think outside my community, think outside my culture, and understand a lot more about others. Okay, so as far as today goes, right now I'm just watching Martine's 12 Vlogs of Christmas and just enjoying that while I drink my coffee. My wonderful Robin Hood mug. Love this mug. And Mom and I are gonna go to the outlets this afternoon. They're outlets that are like an hour and a half away, hour and 20 minutes away or something like that. We have to do some Christmas shopping because our family Christmas thing is gonna happen this weekend. And now that I'm safe to go out of the house, I'll be wearing a face mask, we are gonna go do some of that shopping that we haven't done. So I've gotta get my person, my secret person, their gifts, and Mom has to get her person, their gifts. And then Tulalip, where we're going, has this amazing Christmas light display I've heard is really, really beautiful, and I imagine it's still going at least until the end of the new year. So we're hoping to be there while it's starting to get dark so we can just drive through that display. And I think that's probably it. I do want to read my book more. I'd love to get my book finished soon because it's the 29th. It's already, no. Oh, it's the 28th. Did I say it was the 28th or the 29th? I don't remember. I would love to get my book finished because it's the 28th, and come January 1st and 2nd, those are the qualifying rounds for Squash That Series. So if I don't get all my advent calendar done by the 1st, which I don't think that'll happen, I think I will take a break for those 2 days, the 1st and the 2nd, and do my qualifying for the Squash That Series. And then come the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I'll finish off as much of my advent calendar as I can, because I want to make sure that I'm prepared for 2024 for the Squash That Series round, because I'm very excited about it. Okay, we're getting ready to head to the outlets, and luckily I was able to get a copy of The Girl with the Louding Voice from my library audiobook, and so we're going to listen to that there and back. So I'm making progress on that. This morning I spent a good portion of it just scrolling on my phone, being really lazy. And then I started working on like my job applications because my student teacher bestie actually sent me a message and was asking me what my plans were. And I was like, oh, I haven't really done much. And he said he hadn't done much either. So I was like, well, I better get started on that, especially since I have my teaching certificate now. So I've been working on my applications and stuff this morning. And I got to work on my resume because I got edits for it, but I've never really updated it. And then a cover letter for the district. And Cece is having a lot of fun playing. So sorry if the video is a little wobbly. Mama's surgery's coming up soon, so we had to pick her up some easy to put on clothes because she's getting her shoulder replaced. Okay, so we just got back from the outlets and we had a wonderful time. It was great that we found all the things we needed when we went to the outlets. So that was really nice. And then we just enjoyed the lights. Mom's shoulder was hurting her a bit, so she stayed in the car. But Cece and I went out and we walked around all the lights. It was just stunning. The Tulalip tribe has done an amazing display of lights. It was incredible. There were so many people there though. So part of me was like paying attention, but then also since I had Cece, I had to make sure she was not getting stepped on or tripping people. And so it's the kind of thing where I would love to go back. Maybe next year I'll be able to go back because it was stunning, but it was almost a little overwhelming, the amount of lights that were there. We were listening to the audiobook for The Girl with the Louding Voice along the way, and I will say, it's a really good audiobook. I was really enjoying it. The voice narrator was doing an amazing job. I'll put her name up here. And there were a lot of moments that I was getting really choked up. There were some really emotional scenes that we came up to, and I felt like the audiobook narrator just captured those moments very, very well and pulled at my heartstrings. Because, I mean, it's a very sad story, but there's also hopeful moments. And there are good people within Aduni's life. There are people that come into her life who you know are going to help her, or at least going to look out for her. They're few and far between, but they are there. And so these moments when you see her interacting with someone who can genuinely respect her for who she is and really do want to see good things happen for her. I mean, those are the moments that make you feel like really sad that she's been put in these situations. And I keep reminding myself, she's 14, she is a child. Like, it's devastating. Okay, so here is one of the things I got yesterday, because we can't ever help ourselves. We always love to stop off at the Disney store. And so we did, and I got this cute Jiminy Cricket cup. I love Jiminy Cricket. I just think he's a character that I love. And it's a giant, giant cup. This thing is huge, and I think it holds a lot of coffee. So I'm very excited about this, but I just think it's the cutest cup. I mean, it's a bit much, but I love it. Good morning. It is December 29th, and actually it's not the morning, it's the afternoon at this point. It's like 12:40 or something. And basically all I've done today, I shouldn't say all I've done today. Basically what I've worked on today is my resume, updating a lot of stuff for my application to the local school district, and that's just been taking me time. So I've been working on that, updating my references and stuff like that. I did some of that yesterday, but I wanted to work on it more today and actually get on top of that so that, you know, I'll eventually get a job. But now I'm taking a break from that so that I can read my book a little bit more. I'm currently on page, actually I don't remember, I think I'm on 260 something, and there are 360 something pages in the book. So I've got about 100 pages left. Ideally, I would like to finish that today. So I'm going to attempt to finish The Girl with the Louding Voice today so that I can move on to the next Advent Calendar Challenge, since today's the 29th.
My new post-surgery dress.
Doesn't she look adorable? This dress should be able to help her easily.
I can put it on myself, probably. My arm will be like this, and I'll just have to slip it over.
Yep, and she looks cute. It should be easy for her to get in and out of.
And it's warm.
So that was one of the things she got while we were out yesterday.
Yay!
Okay, so I did it. It is December 29th, and I finished The Girl with a Louding Voice by Abby Duray. And I really loved this book, and especially towards the end, it solidified that this is a 5-star read for me. There was just so many emotional moments, and it increased as the story went along. I cared for our character, Aduni. You know, I cared for it at the beginning, but it just grew and grew and grew as I got to know her more throughout the story. I cared about her so much, and there were so many beautiful moments in this. There were so many heartbreaking moments in this. it is very tragic, the things that Aduni had to go through, or other people, other girls, women in general, the things that they've had to suffer, and how the author's trying to show that there are many people fighting against this, trying to make the situations of these young girls, of these women, better, stronger. And I love to see that. I love to read stories like this where I learn a lot, but also it just made me feel so much. And I think this was an incredible book, especially because I think it was a debut. It was really well done. I loved the voice of our main character, and the audiobook is incredible. I didn't finish with the audiobook, but I did listen to part of this with the audiobook, and that was incredible as well. So I highly recommend either picking up this book or listening to the audiobook. I really think that the pacing of this was really strong, and the author did a great job of having this story grow for you throughout the reading of it. And then of course our character grows as well. She grows in understanding of herself, the world around her, and her own strengths. And I just thought it was stunning. It was a stunning, stunning book. I'm really glad I got to read it. And I'm glad I got a 5-star for my Advent Calendar Challenge. It's always really exciting when, like, at the end of the year, you get a 5-star book. I'm glad this was it. Okay, so that means it is now time to find out what day 10 is. I'm very excited because I'm actually on day 10 and it's the 29th. I didn't think I would be this far at this point. Not this month. I didn't think it was gonna happen. So I can't wait to find out what's behind that little door. And the song sentence for day 10 is, "Deck the halls with boughs of holly." And that is not from Deck the Halls, but it is a lyric in the Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree song, so a little confusing. So for that, for Deck, I'm going to be doing a $5 Goodwill challenge. So for this, I will go to Goodwill, find something for $5, and craft it so that it's a Christmas or holiday decoration that I can put around the house that will deck the halls for the holiday season. The non-Christmassy book is The Secrets of Heartwood Hall by Katie Lumsden. I think this is a mystery, a gothic mystery, and I am always a fan of a gothic mystery. I think that would be really nice to read right now. So I wouldn't mind getting this one. It is just over 300 pages, like 330 pages, so that's a great length of a book. And this one works for the word hall. And then finally for the word holly, I've got A Holly Jolly Diwali by Sonia Lally. I kind of feel like this has been on every single... Has this been on every single one? I feel like it's been on every single Advent Calendar Challenge since I started this, and I've never had a chance to read it, so this might be the year for it. And this one is also just over 300 pages, so this would be a great choice. And I'd get to read about Diwali, which would be really fun. Here we go. What am I gonna get? What are you hoping for? I am hoping, actually, I'm really excited about all these, so I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna be happy with whatever comes up. Number 10, creak. Okay, there we go.
Ooh, that was a little to open. Come on. That was a little tight. There we go. Okay.
Okay, let's see what it is. Come on, I'm having some finger problems right now. Okay, here we go, here we go. It's the activity. Yes, okay, I'm excited about this one. Another activity. I've been getting a lot of activities. So, that is awesome. I may actually be able to finish my Advent Calendar Challenge this year. $5 Holiday Goodwill Challenge. Get to do some crafting. That means I've got to open up number 11. Wow. Okay, well, these books are done. I don't get to read these ones. Oh, well. Okay, so for the song sentence for day 11, it's, "Have a happy holiday, everyone dancing merrily." So for the word happy, the non-holiday book option is Not a Happy Family by Sherry Lapina. And actually, how long is this one? It's just over 300 pages. Oh, it's closer to 350, so I don't think it's quite 350. This would be a great option because it would give me a thriller, something different. I've always wanted to read from Sherry Lapina, try her writing out, and have never had the chance to, so I wouldn't mind if this one came up. So that is my non-holiday book. For the holiday book, I've got Christmas at Holiday House by Rayanne Thane, and I know nothing about this. It is a pretty cover. Look at that. It's very Christmassy, and I think right now I'm feeling in the mood for another Christmas book, so I would enjoy this, and it is just over 300 pages, so that's a good length. Finally, for the activity, and that worked for holiday, the word holiday. The activity is Everyone Dancing Merrily, and this was get together a group to go out dancing. So the last time I went out dancing, is where I think COVID might have happened. I don't know for sure that that's where we got COVID from. However, I have a feeling that going out dancing the last time was maybe the catalyst to me getting COVID and my cousins getting COVID. So I don't know how I want to handle that one. I just don't know that I need to be going out dancing right now, especially because I'm just barely recovered. I'm still having symptoms, even though I'm negative from COVID. Like, I have some lingering symptoms, and I'm like, I don't know, just, I'm a little shy about going and doing the thing that might have made me sick to begin with. So if I get that activity, I might rearrange it a bit, but I will let you know. I'll let you know if I get that. If I don't get it, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's see what's gonna come up for day number 11. I'm really hoping for one of the books, to be honest, but who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Day number 11.
This one really is starting to get a little... This door needs a little bit of help.
Okay, there we go. Day number 11. I'm nervous. I don't want to go dancing. Okay. Well, New Year's is just right around the corner. Get together a group to go out dancing. Of course that's gonna be it, isn't it? That's of course. Well, I'm gonna get through my advent calendar challenge. I gotta think about this one. I gotta think about that one. Okay, I'm gonna figure something out by the time the next vlog starts. So when you see the next vlog, you'll know what I'm doing. But in the meantime, I guess that means that I'm opening up the final day. This is working out perfectly because I want to start Squash That series. And I'm not having any more books at the moment to read. So these books are going away. I don't have to read those. Okay, so let's find out what the options are for day 12, which is in the new old-fashioned way. I am still not 100%. Okay, so for this one, I already know what I want. I don't know that I'm gonna get it. So for my holiday book, which I'm considering my New Year book, because I'm saying New Year, new book, it's not necessarily a holiday book, but I'm getting it for the new year, and that is to buy Volume 5 of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman and read that, which I really want. I really want to continue that series. I am very, very excited about this being one of the prompts. I really hope I get that one. I'm manifesting it. I want Volume 5 of Heartstopper. I'm ready to buy it. I'm ready to read it. Let's just cut the chase. Let's just do it. For old-fashioned, the prompt is to do an old-fashioned New Year's tradition. And what was really cool about this was a lot of people in the comments of my TBR video for this were telling me some of their own traditions or things they've done in their life. And I think that'd be really fun to try out some of the traditions that you have done or you do every year. If you have other traditions that you and your family do or people from your culture do, let me know in the comment section down below. What are some of your New Year traditions? And maybe I will pick some of those and do them, because I think that's a really, really cool idea. I'm very, very excited about it. And finally, the non-holiday book works for the word way, and that is The Way of All Flesh by Ambrose Parry. I have heard this is a really good book, and the cover looks like it's going to be a fun book. Is this... I'm wondering if this is like dark academia? I honestly don't know what this is about, but I think it's historical and maybe even gothic. I don't know, but it's a really pretty book. This is a gorgeous book cover. And how long is this one? This one is probably a bit longer. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. It's over 400 pages, but the writing is like this big on the pages. So that wouldn't be too bad. And I am curious. I'm very curious about this one. So yes, of course I really want the Heartstopper one, but if I get this, I won't be disappointed. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Amy.
My final advent calendar challenge. What am I gonna get? Oh, by the way, I still haven't called my 5th person or finished the project for my dad or what was the other thing I needed to finish? Oh, I don't have the song memorized. Wassail all over the town. Our toast it is white, and our ale it is brown. Our bowl it is made of the white maple tree, and a something was sailing. Oh, yep, no. I haven't practiced today at all. Okay, well, I still have some work to do on my other challenges that I still haven't finished. However, I will be getting to those. I will finish them. And like I said, with the song, I just want to make sure I have it memorized for next year when I do plan on going wassailing. And that'll be a lot of fun. With the book for my dad, maybe if I have that done by the time his birthday comes around, that would be great. His birthday's in June, so I have until then to do it. And I will definitely call the fifth person. I just kind of, I don't want to say that I got burnt out socially. I got busy doing other things, and so I need to make sure I make the time, maybe this weekend, to call the fifth person. So, okay, that all being said, I'm pretty much going to be done with my Advent Calendar Challenge with this last door. Is it a book? Is it an old-fashioned New Year tradition, which I would love to hear what yours are? I don't know. Let's find out. The final door. Here we go. Woohoo! Okay. This is it. This is it. What is it going to be? What is it going to be? It is going to be... I'm ending out on a book. I'm ending out on The Way of All Flesh by Ambrose Parry. Sorry, I took that away really fast. I am excited about this because I've heard good things, and I think this will be a really good type of book to finish out the year on. I probably won't be able to get it done by Sunday, but I have until January 5th to finish this and to figure out what I'm doing for the dancing prompt and to, buy my $5 item from Goodwill and craft it. So in the next vlog, you will see all three of those things, and I will give you an update as to my other challenges, or at least the phone call one. Hopefully I will get all that completed. Let me know in the comment section down below, have you read this one? Have you read The Girl with the Louding Voice? What did you think about it? I really just was so surprised at how much that story, not that I was surprised, I knew that I would enjoy it. I didn't expect to give that one 5 stars until probably about 2/3 of the way through. And then actually, no, more like 3/4 of the way through, I was thinking like, oh, it's definitely a high 4-star. But the last quarter of it really bumped it big time up to a 5-star. And I cried a lot, that book. It was just beautiful and emotional, wonderful. Anyways, I'm done reviewing it. What you think of this book? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what happens in my last day, in day 10, 11, 12 of the 12 Days of Christmas Carol Advent Calendar Challenge. I can't believe I finished it this year. I am so impressed with myself. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later. Bye.